Then I noticed he was missing an arm, or at least that's what it seemed, and I'm pretty sure he was missing both legs, as it looked like his legs ended at the knees. I know this sounds strange, but it seemed like he was floating. This is a situation that happened to me yesterday, and I want to share it with you because it's still fresh in my memory. As you know, I also have a life outside of YouTube. In fact, I started on YouTube because I want to publish my books and share my stories with you. But aside from making videos and writing, since I can't make a living from either YouTube or my books yet, I work as a delivery person on my bike. I usually work during the day. I don't like going out with my bike at night for various reasons, for safety, for example. Also, I'm someone who really enjoys being at home, so I prefer working in the morning or afternoon and spending my evenings writing, having dinner, or watching a movie. But my life isn't a typical 9 to 5 routine. It never has been. For instance, to get home, I need to take the subway. Last week, one day, the train had an issue, I don't know what happened, and it was cancelled for an hour, so I had to wait at the station. Yesterday, just as I was about to head home, I got an order that I had to deliver to a place really far away. I mean, really far. Honestly, I could have cancelled it, but the pay was good, so I thought, okay, I will deliver this package and call it a day. So I picked up the package from the customer's house and headed to the delivery address. I didn't want to rush because it was about 50 blocks away through an unfamiliar area, and it was already late afternoon. At one point, I even got lost on a street and had to ask someone for directions, which was strange because I usually have a good sense of direction. Even when I lived in China and couldn't understand the letters, signs, or addresses, it was like being blind, deaf, and mute, especially at first during the first days. I still almost never got lost. Anyway, I finally reached the client's house, delivered the package, and began my journey back home. I knew I'd get home later than usual, so I decided to take it slow and be careful. At one point, halfway home, I reached a massive park, and I had two options: go around it using the side streets or cut through the middle of the park to save time. It was like a shortcut, and I chose to cut through the park because it was huge, probably several kilometers across. And by this time, the sky was dark, but the park was well lit with beautiful street lights. There were hardly any people around, maybe because it was a Tuesday night, a regular weekday. But it wasn't too late, probably around 8 p.m., and I figured it was better this way because with no people around, I could go faster. Right in the middle of the park, there was a round fountain with water spouting out in the shape of a flower. Really beautiful. So I stopped for a moment to take it in because I didn't think I'd ever pass through there again, at least not for a delivery. So it was me and the fountain, everything was silent and peaceful. And then, while taking in the view, I noticed someone on the other side of the fountain. At first, it gave me a strange feeling because I was sure no one was there when I stopped my bike. I'm certain there was no one there, really. But sometimes you just don't notice things. But looking more closely, I noticed that the figure wasn't entirely clear. I don't know how to describe it. It was dark, almost black, but it seemed to glow faintly. The outline wasn't sharp, almost transparent. The person wasn't moving. He or she, I don't know, was just standing there, stiff, not looking at the fountain or at me, just staring off at something. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman because he had long hair and the figure itself wasn't clear. His clothing looked like a long coat or something that covered most of his body. For some reason, I couldn't stop looking. Then I noticed he was missing an arm, or at least that's what it seemed, and I'm pretty sure he was missing both legs, as it looked like his legs ended at the knees. I know this sounds strange, but it seemed like he was floating. When I realized this, I felt a rush of adrenaline, a mix of shock and fear. So, without thinking, I got back on my bike and continued through the park, reached the train station, and went home. I still don't know what to think because I have never experienced anything like that before. I can't say it for sure it was a ghost because I'm not even sure if ghosts exist, but at the same time, I'm certain of what I saw. And you might ask, why didn't you take a photo or record it? Honestly, I don't know. I regret a little now, but in the moment, you don't think about that. I was so shocked and, to be honest, scared that I just wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible. Even now, 24 hours later, I'm still asking myself what that really was. I don't know, but I don't think I want to go back to that park at night. Luckily, it's far from my house, so I probably won't. What do you think? Do ghosts really exist? What do you think I saw? Have you ever seen a ghost? I know if I ask this, many of you will say yes and others will say no, but what would you have done? Would you have taken a photo? I used to think the same, but when you are the one in that situation and it's not something you were expecting, it just happens, you don't really know how you will react. Like me. I mean, it's not that I went to the park looking for a ghost. I just had to cross a park and suddenly there's this strange figure in the middle of it at night. Yes, I used to say, if that ever happens to me, I will take at least one photo. You know, like those people who claim they have seen something strange, an alien or a UFO. And the first thing you think is, okay, if you saw it, why didn't you at least take a photo? I mean, nowadays we all have a phone in our pockets, but when it actually happens, you don't know how you will react. In my case, I just got out of the park as fast as I could. And now that I think about it, even if I tried to take a photo, it probably wouldn't have come out clear since it was nighttime and I hadn't a professional camera in my hand. Unless I'd gotten closer, and of course, I wasn't going to do that. Anyway, that's all for today. I just wanted to share this strange experience with you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And well, thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day. And if I don't see you, good afternoon and good night.